Today we see the tab bar controller. We have seen navigation controller. Navigation controller is a stack of view controllers. You can push and pop on the stack. The view controllers you can push and pop. Whereas the tab bar controller is a collection of view controllers. Tab bar controller is collection of view controllers. Here, this is the view controller. I just want to embed that into the tab bar controller. Tab bar controller appears at the bottom. You can have 5 tabs maximum. If you want to have more than 5 tabs, the last button will be the more. Okay, most of the time you will be having 3 or 4, max 5, not more than 5. Okay, this is the view controller. This is one view controller. If you want to display multiple view controllers, like if you see WhatsApp, earlier we used to have at the bottom, I remember, like charts, status, calls, even for the setting of the iOS application contents, clock, alarm, sleep, different stuff. Each view controller is completely handles a different concept, different module, different feature. Okay, for the WhatsApp also we can say first one is the charts, second one is the status, third one is the settings, fourth one is the something else. Okay, like that. Let me have one more view controller. This is another view controller. From tab bar controller, drag and drop this. Make it as view controllers, not the show. Make it as view controllers. Okay, now we have 2 tabs. If you see here, there are 2 tabs. Let's change the tab name. This is home, let's say. This is home. There are some default icons which we can use, or else you can also have your own image. Let's say, let me have here my own image, something like share. Okay, even the title also you can change, title, share. Here, favorites. There are 2 view controllers here. The rest of the thing is same. You need to have separate class for this. You need to have separate class for this and handle it. In tab bar controller, we can also have navigation controller as one of the view controllers. One of the tab is completely navigation controller. We can have, let it display. This is first tab. This is second tab. Let me change the color. This is first tab. This is second tab. I don't see the icon here. Not sure. Let's give the default icon and see more. More we can see. Maybe dark we need to take. We have taken light one. Let's take dark one. See, share. If you want to have your own image, you can have your own image. Still we don't see. Maybe here we can set that. Let's try. Yeah. Here we need to set up if you want your custom image. Okay. This is favorite. This is share. If you want to make one of the favorite view controller is navigation controller, you can make select that, put it in the navigation controller. Okay. Put it in the navigation controller. This is the default view controller of the navigation controller. This is the root view controller. Okay, from here you can navigate. If you want to navigate from one view controller to another view controller, we know how to navigate through programmatically. We know through segue also. We know how to navigate, how to pass the data, how to get the data back. The first tab handles completely different stuff, completely different features. The second tab is favorite, that is share. That is completely different. Okay, this is the root view controller. This is the another view controller, which is part of first tab of navigation controller. The rest of the stuff, what you develop here, what you design here, what you implement here is everything up to you. Whatever we have did for single view controller, same thing you can do. This is simply a view controller, but it is part of tab bar controller. You just need to remember that. The rest of the stuff is same, like we have taken table view. We can take a table view here as well. Have a class for this view controller and do the table view, collection view, simple controls, anything, whatever we did yesterday. Same thing you can do. Okay, each tab contains some completely different module, different feature. In such cases, we go for tab bar controller. It is not our decision. It is the decision of the product owner. Okay, client decision, whether he wants a navigation controller, tab bar controller, or simply buttons. If he wants to use tab bar controller, if you are getting this kind of some example, I'll show you tab bar controller. Here, if you see, it is clock, then alarm, then sleeping time, stopwatch, timer, many things we have here. Here, news feed, requests, messages, notifications, more. This is how the tab bar looks like. This is custom tab bar. Okay, we can also create our custom tab bar like this. Here also we're having 4 tabs, and we can place one button on top of it. This is how we can design the custom tab bar. 5 buttons we can take and place one on top of tab bar control. Place one on top of tab bar. That is how you can do the customization. Default tab bar. Okay, you can also have your own tab, like yesterday we did our own navigation controller, right? Navigation bar. You take one view at the bottom, have 4 buttons, and set the auto layout so that automatically that is expanded. It depends upon the device. Okay, let us see what we have missed here. Label we have covered, button we have covered. These button, menu button we need to see. Menu button is one thing which we see, and stepper we have covered. This is segmented control, and we have covered text field, slider, switch, activity indicator view, progress bar. Page control we have not seen. We see page control, 2 things. Stepper we have covered, horizontal and vertical. Horizontal stack view, vertical stack view, which we have seen yesterday. And table view cell, image view, collection view cell, collection view, reusable view, which we have not seen, but we very rarely we use this. Text view, scroll view we have not seen. We need to see this 3rd item. And pickers are important. We see the pickers, date picker and picker view. And this is transparent views, visual effect views. These 2 not required. Maps we need to see. These things we don't deal with. And web view, WebKit view, we see how to display the HTML content. This is not required. What is this? Core location button, not required. Now what's in CL core location button is a UI component, UI control that in addition to the functionality much like button may grant a one-time authorization of the navigation. Okay, that is navigation bar we have seen. Like you can have your own navigation bar here. It is not available. Let's say since it is connected, we see the navigation bar here. Assume that it is not connected through storyboard. Programmatically, I want to perform the segue. For this, there is no navigation bar. If you connect it, you will get a navigation bar. Otherwise, you won't get it. But you want to connect it through programmatically. In that case, navigation bar is not available. What we can do is you can have your own navigation bar. Okay, navigation item also you can have here. On top of this, you can have the navigation buttons. This thing. Right bar button item, left bar button item. Okay, if it is not connected to the navigation controller through segue, you don't find a navigation bar like this. In such cases, what we need to do is we can have our own navigation bar here and we can design it. That is the purpose. And one more thing is toolbar. Where is toolbar? Toolbar is which comes at the bottom. Toolbar where you can place number of items. Let's say if you are painting, you need to have all the tools like eraser, brush, cut, copy, different things. Change the background color. Here you can have, here also again you can have anything whatever you want. This is navigation bar. toolbar. On top of that, we are having a simply button and bar button or normal button, bar button and normal button. Even you can have switch, whatever you want, you can have. Basically, here one more stuff is like a flexible. Where is that? Fixed width, fixed gap. This is the fixed gap. You can increase the gap, decrease the gap, and there is a flexible gap. Whatever is remaining, it just occupies. Okay, you can remove the fixed gap and removing fixed space and applying flexible space, so that the remaining gap is occupied equally. If you make it fixed, what happens is it just occupies how much space you have given. Here, even if you run it on the different device, it automatically stretches and fixes. And pickers, we need to see what is this menu command. Not sure what is menu command. Even I need to check this. These are new components added. Search bar is one thing. Yeah, yesterday someone asked how to search it. We see that today. This is tab bar item. Left kind of a tab bar. This is tab bar. By default, we are getting some items. Looks tab bar item. This is tab bar item, not toolbar. Tab bar item star and search bar we see. And this is view, normal view, which we have seen so far. This is view. Whatever controls you are seeing here is everything either subclass of UIView or UIView controller. All controllers are these are which are in yellow color. All controllers are subclass of UIView controller. All these views are subclass of UIView, either directly or indirectly. The passive components are directly subclass of UIView, whereas the active components are indirectly subclass of UIView. In between, we have something called UI control. UI control is the class which is there in between. Okay, hierarchy, which we told or the day one of iOS. Hierarchy is very, very important. You will definitely face an interview question on hierarchy. Okay, all these controls are used based upon your requirement. Okay, now let's play with the table view with search. We see how to do that. I need one UITableView. Let me take directly table view controller. UITableView controller. Table view controller also we are having separate class. What it contains, I'll show you. This is table view controller. What we got? We got the table view. See, within that we have a table view cell. Even if you want to do it on your own, the same thing you do, right? Same thing we do. We have dragged up the table view and dragged up the table view cell and set the cell identifier. And for the table view, set delegate and data source. By default, these are set to delegate and data source. Whatever we did by default, we got that is what the table view controller. Now go here, take the new class. It is a class of UITableView controller now. UITableView controller. The class name is TableView controller. Go here and assign TableView controller, and also make this as initial view controller. It should be running at displayed first. Here you can make, see here arrow. From here also you can make it. Okay, go and see what it has. By default, we got everything. Uncomment the following line to preserve. Select between presentation. How does it will appear? Clear selection and we will appear. Okay, if something is selected, if you are clicking on any particular table view cell, the color will be changed and you will be navigated to the next detail view. And when you come back, by the time the selection should be cleared. This is what the command line which we need to use. If you want to use clear, if you want to clear it, or else you can ignore that. What is that? Clear selection and view will appear. Okay. What is the navigation right bar button? Edit button item. If you want to have the edit button, I can also show you. If you are using navigation bar, then it helps actually. Anyways, here what it is asking for, number of sections. By default 0. Okay. Asking to keep it 1. Warning, Basically, the methods which we need to implement, these two are the methods which are needs to be implemented, right? Number of sections we have, basically number of rows and self for row index path. Okay, even if you run it by default, you will get a crash because the required methods are not implemented. That is what the crash which you get. There are no tables here actually. There are no cells. Basically, number of sections is 0, right? Make number of sections is 1 and see. And here, number of rows we have, which we have put is 0. Number of rows is 10. Then we get crash. Cell for row at index path is not implemented. Cell for row at index path is not implemented. If you see here, actually, how we did earlier, the delegate methods, whatever we have here, there are many delegate methods. What we did till today is we just kept them aside, like a separate extension UITableView controller. These are the methods. What we did externally, we have specified UITableView delegate, UITableView data source. This is what we specified. And the number of sections is 1. By default, it is 1, so you can remove it. Number of rows, how many number of rows you want, you can do that. And self for row index path, this is the method which we need, self for row index path. Remaining methods are there, delegate or data source, which are not actually required. Here, see here, table view, DQ, reusable cell with identifier. Yeah, here, why we have not, by default, why we did not get it? Because it is surplus of UITableView controller. UITableView controller is by default adopting these two protocol. By default, adopting these two protocol, that is the what we are getting error. Redundant means all are duplicate. Redundant conformance of table controller to protocol UITableView data source, UITableView delegate. These two are also not required in this case because it is surplus of UITableView controller. If you use UITableView controller, you need them. Okay, let me take the table controller here. Cell here, reuse identifier the cell what we have used. Now set the cell content. Cell dot text label text equal to I just put index path dot. That's it. If you take table controller, this is the advantage. By default, we get the methods. I'm just converting this into the normal view controller, UI view controller. Then what we need to do? You need to explicitly specify UITableView delegate UITableView data source. Only data source. These two are the methods from data source only. Even you can ignore this because we need this, right? We need text field. Let's see if you can search bar. We can place it here. Yeah, we have the search bar here. No problem. If you have the search bar, we can use the direct default table which we have got. UITableView controller. Whatever we have taken, I'm just taking them. That's it. UITableView controller. And here I want to search it. How to make the search bar working? Search bar contains some delegate. This is search bar. Search bar contains delegate. Delegate. Yeah. Let me go here. Extension table view controller. UI. Use search bar delegate. What are the methods which are there in the search bar delegate? See. I don't know. I guess we need only one method. Search bar did change. This is the method which we need. And we get the text, whatever is and whatever text is entered by the user search text. And give the connection search bar. You are controlled by table view controller here. Let's run it. Yeah, we're getting here. See the data, whatever is entered by the user, we're getting that. Okay, remove that. Let's see now how to perform the operations here. Instead of taking 10 here, let me take a collection here. Where content equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Here written items.count. What is that? Content.count items.count. Here we are searching, right? Whenever your user is searching, we are getting this. What we need to do is items equal to items. I'm filtering. Filter is which we can use here. Filtering an item dot contains string or prefix. We can ask has prefix search text. If it is having a search text, the items are changed. Items are filtered and table view dot reload data. Where is the table view? Table view is from table view controller. Content we need to change here. Items of index path dot row. Okay, let me type T. When I type T, 2, 3, 10, 12. 7 we have read. Why it is not displayed? It is not displayed for some reason. What happened? For some reason it is not displayed. What is the error? Any guess? Any guess? What is the error? Small letter. No. We have capital letter only. Here also we are typing capital letter. Yes. What happened is, what we did here, when user enters any text, we are filtering out. When user enters T, what we did, now items contains 2, 3, 10, 12, right? First user entered T, we got this result. When user entered O, or else yes, now the logic what happens is it checks in the it checks in the items. It checks in the items. What did the items contains? Only 2, 3, 10, 12 it has. We are typing yes, there is no matching yes. When there are no text, what we need to do is we need to refill data. Refill data. What is refill data? This is what I need to refill it. Refresh, basically refreshing. When I need to do that, search text count equal 0. If it is 0, 0 means display everything. How to display everything? Refill data. And just resetting data basically. T. When there is no text, I'm just refilling, putting everything back. 1, 7, 6 and 7, 8, 8 and 11. Clear? This is how we can use search bar. Even text field also you can use. In some cases, you might need to use the text field. In such cases, what we do, you implement the text field delegate. We have a method should change characters in range, right? Implement that method. take the text what is entered by the user and filter out and display the out, reload the table view. This is how we use search bar. Search bar controller also we have. Do we have it? Search bar controller was there earlier. Separate controller for the search bar, but that is not there right now. Remove. General view controllers, and one more thing is content view. Content view is sometimes important. Most of people does not know what exactly it is. What is this? Where is this? Container view. Container view. Container view. What it does is this is the entire thing is view control, right? But you want to display one feature of a small portion. Yes, separate view controller. You want to load another view control in the same view control as part. In such cases, we can go for the container view. Container view holds another view controller. See, if the size is increased, here also it increases. It is decreased, here also it is decreased. Actually, the container view represents another view controller as part of the current view controller. Here the functionality is same. For this also, you need to have one separate class. You implement the logic, whatever you want to implement. And left thing is the gestures is one thing, and object is not required. Player is not required. Collection view control also same. Whatever we have seen for the table view controller, same thing for the collection view controller. By default, you get the collection view delegate and data source method, and it is subclass of EA collection view controller. Okay, and we need to see the pickers and date picker. Yeah. Any doubts here?